on Love and Freedom.
Hey, what's going on? This is Michael with Love and Freedom. Hey, I just wanted to jump on here real quick. First of all, check in with you guys, see how everything going on. I'm sorry about the vehicle video a little shaky. I don't have my support mount in, but it's all good. But sorry about that. But let me tell you guys, I was just crossing the border here out of Mexico coming into United States. And man, you know, it's kind of slow a little bit for immigration people at this moment coming across the border. And also you got to think about all of the hype about the migrants coming across and closing the border tomorrow, possibility of the deadline of the Title 42. But I just had to mention this, man. I was in line and allegedly, I seen it. I won't say allegedly. Well, they brought this lady out. It looked like she's Caucasian. And they brought this white lady out. And I guess they had already put her in secondary to inspect her. And they had took her inside and detained her for about an hour or so. And she came out pretty upset about them detaining her so long. And she came out having a verbal confrontation with the supervisor and a couple other officers there, talking about how long they kept her detained and what was the reason why they pat her down and all that stuff, man. She was going in. And the supervisor was telling her that she's a supervisor and she can do that, this and all that. And she said, well, you're not my supervisor. You can't detain me like that and do all this. They said, well, you know, it's an international border. You know, we have to protect the border and secure the border. She said, that's not protecting the border, impeding my travels and all this and all that. You know, she went all about it and everything. And she was very upset, you know, clapping her hand like, yeah, boo-boo, you know, and all this and all that. She was really acting real Karen or Becky, whatever you want to call her, and ghetto along with it. It was kind of funny to me. And I held up my phone to try to record it. And one of the officers saw me. He was like, hey, man, you know, it's a restricted area. And I'm like, yeah, man, but I want to get this to show, you know, the people, how people can just act a fool sometimes. And he was like, yeah, but, you know, it's restricted. And she went on and went on. And all of a sudden, the guy came over and tell you guys, this is what they do. If they suspect you to be recording, they're going to ask you to see the video. And then you show them that video, they're going to actually see the last video before that. And then if you got something recorded right there in that area, they're going to want you to delete it right there on the spot. So just to give you guys a heads up, I know you're supposed to be able to video everything that's within, it's not illegal to video everything that your eye can see in public. But I guess they are protected by some federal rules, federal law there, because it's a restricted area, you know, government, federal property or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the law or whatever the status, you know, the code or status behind that, but I was told that. Anyway, she went to her vehicle. She proceeded to her vehicle and she was trying to see what they had. If they didn't, I mean, let me give you this heads up. You come across the border and they check your vehicle and they didn't find anything, they tell you can go, they're not going to put your stuff back the way they found it. Like if they took your papers out your vehicle, your groceries, your bags, or whatever, they just going to leave shit everywhere. They're going to do and destroy your shit, which I don't find right. You know, to have some kind of courtesy or some respect to put the stuff back. But they'll tear your shit up. They'll destroy it. And I guess she went to the trunk and they had destroyed her lining in the back of her trunk, which I find, once again, I don't find it right. They destroyed her lining. She told them she wanted a property paperwork to show, to claim that how they destroyed shit. They didn't find no drugs or nothing. She was pretty upset, and the officers kept telling what paper. Apparently, this young lady knows some rules and regulations when it comes to that. And she said, yeah, here's a paper. I know there's a paper. I'm not leaving until you give me the paper. Well, the guy started telling her at that point, then you are trespassing. Well, the lady, once again, being polished up on her knowledge or her law, she said, how am I trespassing at this point when you guys impeded my travel? You stopped me and detained me over an hour. So I want the paper so I can file a report or file property damage or whatever. they would not give it to her. When I left, they still haven't given her that paperwork. So just to let you guys know, if they ever say, you know, you go there and they tear up your vehicle and suspect you have drugs, and they tear your vehicle up, they're not going to put it back the way they found it. Just to give you guys a heads up. You know, I've seen them immigration guys do some shit, man, and it's like, wow, how did they get away with it? But they do, because the people allow them, and they think they can do it to everybody they come across. Because for the majority, it's all, I want to say, local people from across the border, nationalized people from Mexico or other parts with visas or passport to come across or whatever. But this happened to be, I guess, American, and she wasn't having it. But you got to think about it. And once again, I'm not going to throw out that race thing, but it plays a factor, and we all know this. If that happened to been, if that would have been a Mexicano or Hispanic or someone in a region, or another region or origin or ethnicity, such as a black person, myself, or other person, and we act a donkey like that, shit, first, number one, if they was Mexicano, they would have took their paperwork or tried to avoid their paperwork, keep them across it again. Or if they was a resident of the U.S., they would have called the police or try to press charges saying that they're disorderly or whatever, try to give them a felony charge or something so they can revoke their status or whatever. And they scare them with that type of tactic. Third, if it had been myself or a black person did it, they would have called the local authority on them, had them arrested for disorderly conduct and all the other things that stand behind that. So don't never let nobody say that race is not a factor in this country. Race is very big part of a factor all over the world. But I just wanted to come on here real quick and show that, tell y'all that quick story real quick while I'm driving into Yuma, Arizona. But it was kind of hilarious in a way, but it was kind of disturbing to see it. Because I myself, if I had came across in my new vehicle, especially my Corvette, and they tore it up, man, I'd have been feeling some type of way as well, you know. So you can't blame them for being upset about that, because that's not right for them to do that. I know they got a job to do, but it's definitely not right for them to tear it up and leave it like that, because they done me like that before. They have torn up my vehicle paperwork, not tore it up, destroyed it. They left paperwork and everything that they found in the vehicle scattered all over the place, which I said, damn, man, you left the glove box open, papers all over the place, everything. I'm like, yeah, y'all could at least put it back in there, man. Come on, man. I just laughed at them because I found it very humorous. I mean, it don't take you that much of quick seconds to do that. Or don't let your pride get in the way of, you know, put the stuff back. I mean, that's all it takes, you know. I'm not defending the immigration people because I've been in law enforcement before, but at the same time, I'm gonna call it like it is. Right is right, wrong is wrong. They got a job to do, but at the same time, they could be a little bit more respectful about what they do, how they do their job. And some people are in this world on a power trip. You know, not all the people, not all the officers are bad. I know quite a few of them. I've worked with a lot of them that used to work there, whatever, but not all of them are bad. But you do get that one few, selective few that is try to prove a point, you know. But I just wanted to come on here and share that with you guys, man. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Until the next one. Bye now. Peace. One love.